Hey, what's up guys, it's Graphic Phoenix back with another video today. And today, we're doing a live stream video just about the new Ufaga Pumilio Real Colubre tank. I figured I'd answer your guys' Vivarium questions if you guys have any questions that you might be having in regards to anything else. First, I want to say that Happy New Year. This is the first time I will have been talking to anybody live since the new year, so hello. Um, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to answer. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and if you so choose, if you so desire, you guys can donate in the description, or not in the description, but there's right next to your little chat inbox, there's a little $sign. If you want to donate anything, you'll get a little shout out. You help me out with my reptile den here. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. Hello, people that are joining in now. Aaron, John, everybody there. Hello. So this is the new tank. I guess I'll just go through kind of what a bioactive vivarium includes, and how you make it bioactive. The bioactivity will come from different microorganisms. Plants also help with that, but the microorganisms really are the key to bioactivity. This includes everything from, you can have springtails, you can do millipedes, you can do the woodlouse, like you can see right there, he's running on there. That's a little woodlouse or isopod. That's actually a good shot of him right there. You can do a bunch of different things, so welcome. Wow, that shot up quick. Hello, all 76 of you. If you guys are new, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you liked the video, drop a like down below. I would love to see the different likes going up. And if you feel so inclined and you want to help support the reptile den here, you guys can click that little donation button and you'll get like a little shout out and stuff. So I guess I'll re-say that. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have had a great Christmas season and a great time here in, well, I'm in Canada, but you are likely not. If you guys have any questions, this is a Vivarium Q&A, so I will be answering all of your questions if you have any, or some of the good ones. Yeah. So, like I was talking about before, we shot up to like 90 people. I was talking about the bioactivity and how to make it bioactive. Essentially, plants are a key part of that, and the other key is the woodlouse is gone now, so I can't call upon him. But yeah, this is this is the vivarium that I most recently completed, and right before I missed it, I actually just missed it in here. There was a bunch of springtails on the log down there, but I believe they all fell away. Dylan Holt, thank you very much for the $2. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you very much. So yeah, there's a bunch of different things you can use for a cleanup crew. You can use everything from a like the woodlice, the springtails, or the isopods. You can use millipedes have been used in desert setups. A lot of times they'll use like superworms, mealworms, the beetles that go with them. You can also use some of the more arid, different isopods, everything like that. So that is what makes a tank bioactive. It makes it essentially so you don't have to clean out the terrarium every like 2 months, 3 months, like with other species. If you do not, you should be cleaning it every 3 to 6 months, really, depending on if you're spot cleaning or not. And with this, it essentially lasts it for years, with the different bioactivity breaking down the waste, turning it into plant food, and then the plants growing, as you can see. So I'll read some of your guys' questions. Hello, everybody. Can we take a look at the chameleon? I no longer have the chameleon. My chameleon was put down, unfortunately. What makes the best vivarium background plants, and how do you grow moss? How do you grow moss? Moss needs basically a constant source of water / humidity, as well as good lighting, and that pretty much is all you really need to grow moss. It does take quite some time to start growing. I don't really have any live stuff in here. All the green moss that you're seeing in here is just basically algae on the what's it called, on the sphagnum moss. So it's not actual. Uh, it's not actually the like moss growing. I did plant some aquarium moss in here. It didn't do so hot. I think this moss down here that was actually on the cork bark before I had it will start growing real moss. But yeah. Uh, Nick M. I don't remember that name. Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling through comments. Could I do an update on the podcast? So the podcast is coming along. I'm about to start school again here. I bought the domain. I have everything. Really, I just need to sit down and design the actual website itself. And then once I have that done, I can start recording podcasts. I have my microphone and everything, so I'm basically ready to go. It's just sitting down and designing a website is a pain in the butt, and I've never done it before, so yeah, it's a little bit of a pain. So it'll be coming. Don't worry. Summer for sure. If not, potentially before that, but definitely summertime. Getting white stick fungus growing on the vines and other plants. I mean that's not good. Ideally, you want that not to happen, but oh, that Nick. Okay, you changed your name. It's not my fault. There's a lot of Nicks in this world, my good sir, and you forget me. Oh damn, Dylan Holt again with the $2. What is the best plants to use for desert setup? So I will be doing a desert scape video and probably a live stream as well. But you can use basically succulents are really the right choice for that. Certain different kinds of like vines or whatnot will work, but yeah, that's that's what you're gonna want is just succulents and that kind of thing. Can bromeliad spikes cut carsa gecko? Yeah, I imagine they could. Yeah, I mean crusties would probably be pretty careful, but best background plants. Best background plants will be anything that gets tall and vines. So things. I have actually a lot of different species of plants in here, but it's not pretty. It's not fully set up yet. So back there, that plant right there is a begonia thelmae. That is a great plant. It grows like a weed. I have a ton of it. Um, then down there is a begonia. That red one is a begonia acetosa. It gets huge. Well, yeah, that's a leaf right there. That big leaf right there is from that. Whoops, I just knocked over one of the orchids. My bad. I'm gonna have to set that up after. Other good ones are Margravia, like I have here. That's a Margravia. This is a Dischidia species. I have a ton of that too. Not necessarily in this setup, but yeah, that's what I have there. It's growing nicely on that driftwood, as you guys can see. I don't have the species name with me right this minute, but potentially if you guys want me to make a more in-depth video of this setup, I can. There's some Markgrave back there, all the way at the very back. I'm going to try and sneak my finger into frame here. I don't, there it is. Right there, that kind of like weird furry plant is a oh crap, what's it called? A pie. Oh no, I forgot what it's called. I really can't remember. But it's a great background plant. Also, moving away from that setup, I have this log in here, and this is the oak leaf fig, or the Ficus pumila quercifolia. That is a fantastic background plant. And then even this stuff right here, the Ficus panama is a great background plant. It grows like a weed. So there's a lot of different background plants that you guys can use. Where do I buy my vines? I buy them from kind of all over. I'm a part of a lot of different Facebook groups, so that's a pro tip if you guys are looking for different places to get plants and whatnot, because potentially your, I don't know, local greenhouse or whatever doesn't sell very many like terrarium appropriate plants. Then honestly, Facebook groups are probably the best bet. Um, yeah, that's what I recommend, honestly. What kind of light do you use for growing moss? I don't really grow that much moss. Just nice, good light. I mean, up here in the tank, I actually cleaned up the this tank, the Pumilio tank. There's, I believe, one of the males. Victoria, good plants to buy in Canada. You can buy from me if you like. My buddy Kevin, he's on a bunch of different Facebook groups. He's an incredible guy. Um, and why don't you block him, Jake? Please. That's your role as a mod. Um, or remove him for 300 seconds, whatever. But yeah, I actually redid this tank so it looks a bit better. I trimmed some of the dead stuff, I guess, the dead plant matter. I reseeded it with isopods. I reseeded it with gray and white springtails, and it's actually looking awesome. So that right there is all a carpet of moss. That is just, again, high humidity and good light. Like, honestly, that's really all it is. Even this light, this is the Fusion, or the Phoenix Fusion, and it's really not the best light in the world, but I mean, it grows plants decent enough. I'd like to get some other plant or other lights eventually, but I just gotta wait to wire them up. So yeah, do I ship to Ottawa? Yeah, I can. Shipping is rather expensive and difficult to do in the winter, but come summertime, I have no problem shipping to Ottawa. Yeah, so this tank, like, I need to do kind of an update on this. Maybe I should actually do that for my midweek video. But this tank, I actually use the Any Herp Moss Mix, and and I basically put it down on here. Sorry, there's a bunch of shake, you guys. I slathered it on this log, and about 4 or 5 months later, you can see where we're at. I need to do a comparison of like a side-by-side on one of my videos, because this log is ridiculous now. As you can see, that begonia probably should be moved to the back because it's getting pretty massive. I actually might do that after this stream. But yeah, the $150 Vivarium is doing fantastic. So that is awesome. And then one of the tanks I don't think you guys have seen is actually this tank. This used to be the Pumilio tank. Sorry, I'm gonna finish this sentence and I'll scroll back and look at your guys' questions and stuff. But this is the new Leucomelas tank. I had a Leucomelas tadpole. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will have seen it. And he is now a frog, and he is actually right up there. He's a Guyana yellow. He's really clean. You can see that there. Very clean bands. So he's doing awesome. He loves the setup. I actually used a ton of different rare plants and whatnot in here. There's actually a Bucephalandra right there that looks like it's been chomped on by something. I don't know what. There's a little bit of fungus starting to grow there, so I need to pinch that out. There's an orchid. I don't remember the name of this orchid, but it is a Cattleya, dwarf Cattleya species, I'm pretty sure. It's doing really well. There's a bunch of new growths on it. There's Syngonium rayi. I can't remember what the name of that begonia is at the back there. There's obviously a bromeliad with that nice deep purple, which is really, really cool. Up front, there is a Paulownia pulchra and some Apicea species. Then here is a poor little orchid that is not doing so well. As you guys can see, it's bleaching out and just not doing that great. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, that's that. So now I will answer some of your questions here. Sorry about that. Do you ever see springtails or isopods? Yeah, I see them all the time. Hopefully by the end of this stream, that tank down there will be kind of dry enough, and we can go down there, and you should be able to see some of the different springtails and stuff on the log. They come out typically when it's a little bit drier, not soaking wet. Let's see here. If you guys have any questions, now is the time to answer. Have I gotten the new biopods? No, I haven't. I won't set mine up, honestly. I'll probably just sell it. I don't really have room for something like that in my room. And, yeah. You guys can see another Pumilio right there. How much ventilation do Exoterra lids provide? A ton of aeration. Like, I personally wouldn't use Exoterra lids for a vivarium, like a dart frog vivarium, simply because they have too much airflow and you'd be misting like pretty much 100% of the time. So yeah, that's what I do. Honestly, if you're getting fungus, you can do what I did here. This isn't ideal because I did cover it up and then it got too humid, but I would wire up. So sorry about this, you guys. I realize you're looking at pretty much nothing. So basically what I did is you get the glass cut slightly smaller than what you're going to use it for, and then you build your own screen at the front. That little hole in there is for the Mist King nozzles, because I will be attaching a Mist King up to this. I have a little bit more fudging around to do with this rack, and then the Mist King will be being put in. So yeah, the screen, the custom screen is just made out of like window, like you can buy it at Rona and stuff. Yo, the Dark Den, what is up, my dude? That's sweet. That's awesome, you guys. I don't know if you guys know who the Dark Den is. Probably you do, but Petko is Petko. I'm sorry, I'm butchering. I'm embarrassing myself. Is here, so welcome him in the chat. Hoping what kind of magic the problem is the biopods really don't work very well. That's the reality of the situation. So that's why I don't feel like I don't really trust it 100%. Oh, here we go. We can see some springtails now. They're starting to come back out, and that looks like a mite as well. Yep, that's a mite. Springtail and a mite. So that's great. Okay, you guys know who he is. Good, good. But, yeah. So he asked, Petko asked if I had a misting system set up, and I actually don't. The only misting system I had was for my chameleon. I'm answering it now. The misting system I have right now is basically that jug right there. I just fill it up with water, and I go around every morning and spray my vivariums, and then once towards the evening, towards when the lights are going to shut off, I do another really quick spray. When I get my misting system, like I have one over here on my chameleon cage, but obviously that needs to be cleaned out and removed. But he has a Mist King system. It's the reservoir, like you can see the nozzles right here, and then there's one right back there, and then the reservoir is actually under that plant back there. Super easy to set up. I will make a video when I actually wire up all these vivariums that I have. There's quite a few more that I need to do and set up on the misting system. I need to do some moving around here. So I won't have the Mist King system on these tanks for probably a little while. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably about to be bitten by my tortoise too. Right? You gonna bite me? This is a vivarium. Well, I guess you have kind of a vivarium. A little bit. Can I bite that? Can I bite you? Hey. I see you actually got a tortoise recently. Pitco. I really don't. I feel bad saying that because I feel like it's not. It's not the way it's supposed to be pronounced, but yeah. But I guess you can see the different nozzles that I have. I have a two-way in here. Obviously, it's not going to be pointed at the front when it's working, but you can kind of bend them whichever way you like and whichever way you need them to mist. So they'd be both set up like that, both pumping that way. This one has one, just because it's a glass top. I have custom glass tops made. I'm sure he would not have a... I pronounced it good? Okay. Yeah, I know you have plenty of experience with glass and making glass tops and stuff, so you just have to drill a hole and then basically set it up, and then the customization of the timer itself, I don't think... Yeah, I unplugged it, but... the customization of the timer itself is really based on your ambient temperature. Hey, what's up, Kyle? That's really what's going to be controlling everything, is just the temperature and the air circulation in your new place. And with that, I mean, you're going to set it up for... I would say probably start with a safe bet is 3 times a day for about 15 to 20 seconds each one. And then you can kind of... I guess, readjust as per that. Any other questions you guys have? What's a Facebook group? Petco, God. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, I actually need to feed everybody in here, so right after I'm done this, I'm going to feed everyone. Everyone in the room from... Got Bane up here. I can show you guys him. Hello. Beanie boy. What's up, dog? He's sleeping. To the Azurius. Everybody's all hungry, so they're all probably out. One of them is back there. I gotta feed the day geckos, which if you guys are in or around Calgary, Kyle, if you're interested, let me know. I'll give you a sweet deal on these dudes, but I will have 2 of the day geckos up for sale. I actually posted them already, simply because Floppy, Mr. Floppy Tail, actually is starting to get some marks on him, so clearly there is a little bit of aggression going on. And he's the one that I'm going to be keeping, so I guess that's kind of... If they're going to pick on each other, that's the one that I prefer they pick on, because that's what I'm going to be keeping. So I need to get those guys out pretty soon here. But yeah. So if anybody's interested, would I ship them to Ontario? Yeah. I mean, shipping to Ontario will cost about $130, which is about the price of 2 of them. So if you're wanting to pay that, then I'm happy to ship them. How should I drain the false bottom in my tank? Ooh, that's actually a good question. Let's show ya. So none of these really need to be drained right now, but what I do, one sec here, let's turn on the light. All right, so what I do is, you guys can see the water level on Dixon's tank there, right about there. I have this guy right here, which is just a airline tubing. I think it was actually from the Mist King, and you just create a siphon. So basically what you do, you stick this into the gravel all the way down to about there, then you suck on the other end. Be careful not to get a mouthful of dirty, stale water in your mouth. It could happen, though. It's happened to me many, many, many times. And yeah, then the water will just drain out until it's totally empty. So it's really easy. It's certainly not rocket science. And yeah, that's what I do for all my tanks that need to be drained. Oh, and I guess because there's 80 of you here right now, what could all that cork bark be for? Bane's new setup. That's going down right after this live stream. I'm foaming. I'm actually not gonna, I've decided that I'm not gonna make a video setting up Bane's new tank just because I have the other Vivarium video that I still am editing. So I don't want to kind of, I don't know, stretch myself too thin and make a second video setting up this. I'm thinking I will do, like, I still have 2 more tanks that I need to build, so I'm thinking I'll do a couple more for them, potentially just a series of all the different components, not one long video. But yeah, so that's what all that cork bark is for Bane's new setup, and that is, I'm gonna be foaming today. I start school tomorrow. I have class from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. And so, yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions? All right, ask away. I'll pay attention. Want to give me some cork bark? Want to give me some frogs? I'll make tanks for you. As you can see, I have a couple. And I have Striker's new tank too. I just have to find slate for those. I have no idea. No idea what what I'm going to be doing for slate. I need to find some. I have not found any yet. Getting in on a weekery? Nice. Where do I get my plants? So that is actually a question. I think I'm gonna answer that in like a question and answer series as well. But where do I get my plants? Honestly, I would strongly recommend looking on Facebook groups, looking on everywhere. Like, just keep your eye out. I know that it's kind of like, oh, well, why would I join a Facebook group? But like, I know in Canada we have the Canadian Vivarium plant classified or whatever. There's a bunch of Canadian specific ones. And that's where I get most of them. I also have a really good buddy. He's the one that actually imports all the bromeliads that I sell. And he's got a ton of different plants that he brings in. So I got a lot of my kind of rare stuff from him. I've also got some from Biopod when I worked there. So it's just kind of wherever you can find them. What kind of lights do I have on the Ackies? It's not really related, but I have a heat lamp and then a 12% UVB. Do you know how to make a background that won't get all moldy? So all moldy, this is my solution. I probably will never make a background that with like the background mix again. Honestly, this stuff here, this is called oh my goodness, it's literally sitting right behind me. Dry lock. That's what it's called. It's called dry lock, and it is bananas. It's so easy. I think this is about 4 coats, but it's like a rock. It's totally waterproof. It's actually what a lot of people use to like insulate their basements and stuff. Like they paint their basement floor with it. Apparently, yeah, that's that's what it is. That's what I strongly recommend. That's how I will use it, and that's what I'm doing for Bane too. He'll be able to climb it just fine. I'm honestly hoping that he doesn't rip it apart. I'm probably going to do like 3 or 4 different coats, probably honestly like 4 or 5 different coats of it, and just hope that he can't rip it apart. As for the Peter's Bandits, I don't know. Sorry about that, Dino. Any luck with Mark Gravia? Yeah, I actually have quite a bit in this tank, honestly. I have some right there. There's more going up there. There's some bronze Markgravia right in there. Yeah. Do I have any experience with Halmahares? No, I don't. You're from Canada. You wonder where I buy my reptiles? Do whatever I can find them. Reptile stores. Again, Facebook groups are great for that. Kijiji, forums. It really depends on what you want. Bane needs a girl. Yeah, I keep getting told that. My mom even said that. I was like, what? You crazy? Have I ever had Benedictatas? No, I haven't. Jason's Reptile, hello. Yeah, so I'll be answering questions for about 5 more minutes, you guys. Again, if you want to help support the Reptile Den, hopefully Petco's not in here anymore, then definitely click that donation link, and I will give you a shout out. I'll answer whatever question you have, and it really helps me. So that's the last time I'm going to mention it for you guys that are live, and I'll just continue to answer your questions. Have I ever been bitten by Bane? No, I have not. Have I ever used Joss's Frogs? No. I'm in Canada, so they don't really ship up here. Actually, no, my buddy got some substrate from them, and he said it was great. How do mites affect a vivarium? They're kind of a natural part of any vivarium, especially here in like where I live, because they are wild. They're pretty much wild everywhere, but the specific like grain mite is wild here. And can you talk to me since I'm your friend? I can talk to you anytime, dude. Yeah. Um, they basically kind of do the same thing. They can outcompete your springtails and stuff, especially in a like in a cultured setting. They're not really gonna take over a tank like this in here, but I mean the frogs will eat them, so they can't really. But springtails typically breed quite well in an actual vivarium, so you don't really need to worry too much about them affecting anything. Prefer cleanup crew for arid. Arid, again, you're going to be looking at some of the isopods are good for arid. Apparently the zebras are actually good in arid conditions. You can do like different beetles and different worms. Like I haven't read the full thing, but I would strongly recommend picking up John Courtney Smith's book. The what is it? The theory no. It's the theory of bioactivity and wild recreation, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. You can get it from Reptiles R Us. You can get it from, I guess if you're in the UK, you can get it straight from Arcadia. That's what I'd recommend. How am I doing? I'm doing good, Daniel. Thank you. What's the issues with the biopods? There's a lot of issues. I don't really want to go into it too much right now. You can shoot me a PM if you really want. Julian, you've asked this about 9,000 times. English Ivy is not my favorite, so. Make a waterfall Viv? Nope, never again. Or not anytime soon, at least. Jesus. Would I get any mammals? I mean, I have 2 cats, so. Yeah. Thanks for the tip. I'll pick up that book. Yeah, do that. It's incredible. It's more, that's more for vivariums, but I'm pretty sure he's written in a UK magazine about a desert setup. And then if you want to hear some of his actual stuff, I will have him on the podcast, and we're going to chat about that for sure. Are random mushrooms that pop up in vivariums? They're not bad. I mean, you can remove them or not, whatever you like. So, yeah, there's no frogs in here. It's probably because it's too cold. They're like, brr. You just missed it, us, and it's cold again. What the heck? Okay, let's. Sorry, I'm now attached to power because my phone said 10% left. How old is Tig? Honestly, I need to go back and double check. I think I got her in 2012, 2011, something like that. Alright, so I'm going to end the stream standing up here, showing you guys this tank. I think this is one of my favorite tanks. I think the Pumilio Viv, down like the Rio Colubre Viv, has potential to take it over once it's grown in. But definitely right now, this is my favorite Viv. It looks incredible. Yeah, the log is ridiculous. It's got so much different moss. Yeah. it's sweet. And see, the fan's on now. Not that you guys can see and or feel that, but the fan is on. What plants are on the log? So here is Markgravia. That round one there is Markgravia. I don't remember what species. This is all oak leaf fig, or what is it? Ficus pumila quercifolia. Yikes. The book is it's John Courtney Smith, Arcadia Reptile, The Theory of Wild Recreation and Bioactivity, something along those lines. And then this huge begonia here, which is going nuts. Would I get any exotic mammals? Dude, if I lived in like Florida or something, I would get a ringtail lemur for sure. Those are so expensive. They're not really. I mean, this one I made for 150 bucks, including the price of the light and including the price of the tank, not including the price of the frogs. But yeah, like they're really not that expensive. If you know where to look, you can find cheap tanks, you can find cheap supplies. Like if you really want to make it like very inexpensive, you can just use this stuff along the whole background. I know Dion just made a video showing that. Yo, Steve's here now. Right on. Right as we are coming to an end here. I'm starting to bore people, so. Love my videos. Thanks, buddy. How many frogs do I have in total? Yikes. I have 10, 15. Is that accurate? Yeah. 5 Ufaga Pumilio Real or Almirante, 5 Ufaga Pumilio Real Colubre, 5 Dendrobates Tinctorius Azurius, 3 Dendrobates Auratus, 1 Dendrobates Leucomelos. How do you remove springtails? You'd have to start over from the beginning. From Indonesia, wow. Good amount. Have fun doing Bane's new tank. Yeah, I might do like an Instagram live stream later tonight or something. But it's ready. It's getting there, boys. Where did I get the zebra isopods? I got them from Jungle Jewel. Would I get any desert lizards? Well, I mean, I have a leopard gecko, which I know is not desert, but I also have a red Aki, which is desert, so. Bane's getting, oh yeah. What lights red I'm in for Krusty Viv? I have, on my Krusty Viv, I just have T5 lights. They work fine. They work good. Cork bark? Oh, I picked that up over a long time. Some of those are from old vivariums. A bunch of it was sent to me from Reptiles R Us. So if you're interested, you can go check them out. But well, thanks Ashley for tuning back in. Do I have any exotic pets? Yes, I have tortoises. I have day geckos. I have a Leachianus gecko. I have crested geckos. I have Europlatus gecko. I have blue tongue skink right there. I have red Ackies. I got a bunch of stuff. Bug infestation? Not really, no. Yeah, you can't see the blue tongue. All right, you guys. Well, if you guys have, maybe I'll answer like 3 more questions, and then I gotta pack it in here. It's been 40 minutes, so if you're looking for good lights for plant growth, just shoot me a message on my Facebook, and I can link you to the page that I have, or the video that I made. Reptiviv or Exoterra? Exoterra. Hands down. Any bromeliads? I got a bunch. Look at that. Look at all them broms. And then I have a bunch in my plant tank over there, too. started streaming 1 minute ago. Nope, it has been 40 minutes. All right, any last questions, you guys? How much do I charge to ship plants in the summer? Shipping plants in the summer, like if you want them guaranteed live arrival, then ideally you pay 2-day shipping. So to Ontario, depending on how many plants you order and how much they weigh and stuff, you'd be looking at about $30 for shipping, somewhere around there. Is Sky doing good? Sky's doing great. Yeah. I've recently switched up his diet and started feeding him some dog food as well, and he loves it. Right. How do I mount my Brahms? Man, I need to. Okay, for you, those of you guys asking questions, put them in the comments of this video once it goes like to an actual video, not just live, and I'll make a list, and I'll just do like a Q&A Sunday or something, and I'll answer either on live stream or not. I'll just answer your guys' questions in video format, because like I'll do a quick version here, but basically all I do is just find natural holes or make natural holes with a drill and stick them in it. Like you can see there, that's packed in with some sphagnum moss. This one's just put into a hole. Same with that one, because this is actually two different pieces of cork bark. This is one piece, and then that's a second piece down there. And then this one is just, it's literally just wedged in between the, yes, that is a Vanda up front. That's, oh no, that's the Neophonetia falcata. Yeah, this is where all the dart frogs are right now. They're not out. But... yeah, I can see them, but you guys probably can't. So, yeah. Anyways, I need to close this. Well, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, so you know what, you guys? I'm going to end it right here. So if you guys have any questions past what I'm doing right now, or any, like, questions that you're wondering, for those of you watching live now, or for those of you that tune in for the replay, definitely leave your questions in the comment section. Those of you live now, wait until it goes live. I won't be asking questions or answering anymore right now. But go down there, leave your questions. Mounting your bromeliads is a really good one. There was another really good one that I can't remember. I might have to watch it. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys all very much for watching. If you guys liked the video, drop a like down below. Oh, reptiles. Dang it, Keith just got here. Keith, I'll message you on Facebook. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am going to, actually, I guess here I can do this. I'm going to have some incredible videos coming out in the next little bit here. Phoenix Herb Society. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you stay tuned. If you guys like the video,